Welcome to my channel. My name is DingaLingaSingh, and in today's Fortnite video we're going to be talking about 25 top tips and tricks for early game starts. So to win a game in Fortnite, to get that victory royale, you have to prep up properly in order to win. It's great that you're awesome at shooting and building, however, there's a lot of other things you must consider to secure that win. So we'll be going through these one by one, and if you guys have any questions, don't forget to mention it in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss a thing. Huge points of interest will be more crowded than smaller points of interest. So what I mean by that is, guys, if you go to a location that's really popular, like for example Slurpy Swamp or the Orchard, that is very popular because of the amount of chest loots you got there and map resources. So try to avoid these areas if you don't want to get yourself into an early fight. So that leads me to my next tip and tricks that you need to guys know, is that smaller location won't be as populated. However, they won't have as much loot, but this gives you the time to gather map resources and to have a look around because you won't be disturbed by anyone else. Number 3, guys, is that some locations on the map actually have some good loot without too many players tending to go there. However, it does depend on who's in the game session. Some may have the same ideas as you. Now I have made a video called 9 best locations to land to get that win. One of the places that I actually mentioned that has great amount of loot and is quiet as well is Lockie's Lighthouse, so check that video out in my channel. And number 4, guys, this is common sense, and you should be always prepared for an early firefight. And if you don't have a weapon, use your pickaxe to hack and slash at your enemy. I find the pickaxe a great tool because yes, it's one for farming map resources, and it's also a great way to take down an enemy that hasn't got no weapon at an early game. You cause them to become pressurized and they panic, so they start swinging out aimlessly, so you better practice your aim with that pickaxe. And number 5, guys, is grab at least one weapon, any weapon, and as many mats as possible, because you don't know when you're going to need to take someone out or when you're going to need a bit of protection. So make sure you farm for some mats as soon as possible and grab any weapon you can find. And that takes me to my next tip, is when you find yourself an early weapon and you grab as many mats as you can, with this take out anyone who's just landed near you as fast as possible before they can get prepared for the game. And the next tip, guys, is the area you first land in. Loot the entire area to maximize your chances of having enough mats and the best possible weapons. Check out my video 9 best locations, again where to land. I explain how many loot chests are in the best landing areas on the map. Loot the whole place, there's enough time before the storm arrives. And keep in mind, guys, that movement is very important. So my next tip is, if you're starting out in a populated location, keep moving to be a difficult target. Jump around and move to the side in any firefight. And if you're landing in a remote area, move fast and grab as much loot as you can, because the last thing you want is that storm cloud coming in and you're not out of that area. Okay, so the next one, guys, is that if you want to ride a boat, learn their spawn locations. Boats aren't random and they actually spawn in the same locations every single time. So if you want to make yourself like a quick getaway, or you want to ride away from the storm using the rivers, it is a great way of transport. So make sure you know where the spawn locations are of boats. And it's a great offensive vehicle as well because they've got rockets on it which you can just keep firing at people, so keep that in mind. Also, chest loot spawn in the same locations too, so you don't have to look around randomly for the chest loots. They actually spawn in the same places every single game, so learn those spots where they actually spawn, because that will give you a huge advantage to find the best weapons and ammo and so forth. Next one, guys, is so important. Make sure you farm for mats to make sure you can build, and that means you can protect yourself too. Now, building structures in this game is a huge deal now. The days of having a 1 vs 1 in a gunfight is all over now, guys. It's all about boxing your opponent in building structures, and you need to have plenty of mat resources to do that. Brick, stone, metal, wood, it's all required in order to make yourself a better player. So in Fortnite Chapter 2, there's not as much weapons as there were in previous seasons, so have the right loadout for the right situations. Check out my 5 best weapons for close combat on my channel. So branching off my last tip, guys, is that you definitely need yourself a shotgun no matter what to help you in those close quarter combat situations. Medium range weapons such as the M4 and even the SMG, they're so important as well because they can take someone out from that little bit further distance from yourself. Even from a long distance, an M4 can potentially kill someone. And in your loadout, guys, you definitely have to have a sniper rifle. hitting those satisfying long distance headshots whilst you're staying in a hidden location will definitely give you the edge. And finally guys, in your loadout you definitely need medical items such as bandages and medikits. These items are essential for you to last long in the game. My advice is when you're taking medikits or any bandages, build yourself a wall structure so it gives you that protection from other enemies firing upon you. It gives you that chance to heal yourself up. Also, another huge tip is when you're first starting out in a match, make sure you get your shield up. Now a great place to get yourself shield up is the Slurpy Swamps. Now I keep mentioning this to you, but it's actually in my video called the 9 best locations. Make sure you check it out on my channel. So Slurpy Swamp has a river that is made out of just slurp juice, so make sure you go there, run yourself through that, and then you'll be able to shield yourself up. However, be wary that there are other players that will be there. It's a very popular place, so do expect a firefight. Make sure you are geared up before you get yourself into that river, because you will get shot upon. And you can also fire upon barrels and trucks around Slurpy Swamp that have the markings. Next tip guys is learn to build using the mats. A lot of advanced players can box you in now, so learn to edit your walls, your floors, your stairs, everything. Next important tip guys is make sure you get to the zone in time. The last thing you want is being chased by the storm. It actually moves faster than you, so move quick. Another tip is, as an early gamer, sometimes it's best to observe a firefight and not get involved. Let them take each other out and finish each other off, and then you can just go in there and get that kill. And if you do get involved in a firefight, it is one, more difficult to survive and killing them, and the second thing is you're going to give yourself away, giving up that element of surprise. And a great hiding place to fire from is hiding in the bushes. Being camouflaged from the enemy is only going to give you the edge, especially when you're trying to get them from a distance. They won't see where the shots are coming from. So my final tip is to go to creative mode and actually learn and develop your speed and reaction timing when it comes down to building walls, editing walls as well. If you look at great Fortnite players like Ninja and Luchlan, Allier and more, they all possess skills when it comes down to build. It's not all about having great accuracy and having that great gun skills, it's all about having build skills too. So make sure you go to creative mode and learn and develop your skills. Thank you guys for watching my video on 25 tips and tricks for early game in Fortnite. If you found this video useful, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And make sure you hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my future content. This is DingaLingaSingh. Peace.